to start standing at the back of your mat, and you're going to start with tucking chin to chest, rolling those shoulders forward, soft bend in your knees, reaching for your toes. Roll all the way down. Let the head and arms be heavy. Take a moment here, find length through the back of the legs and the low spine. And start to walk out to your high plank. Nice long body reaching out of the crown of your head through your heels. And you're going to send heels back and forth, getting a toe stretch. Rolling from the balls of your feet to your tippy toes. Really reach those heels back, get a little calf stretch there. And then calf raise. Plug belly in. For 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your feet, untuck the toes, drop your hips, really lift your chest, lift your chin, lift your gaze. Find lots of length through the spine into this extension here. Press strong into your hands, into the floor. And coming up to a kneeling position. Let's start with the right leg out wide. And we're going to do some side bends. So you're going to go up and over. Stretching here, just elongate that side body. And then fan those hands, windmill up and over. Stretching down towards that long leg, opening up that inner thigh. And switch. Find the length. Reach those toes away from your center. Press up and over, switch. And switch, coming on your hand. You're going to lift that leg and just pulse it up a couple inches here. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower those toes, keep reaching nice and long, and you're going to do some rainbows up and over with that top arm. So just feel a little lift in that top oblique here. As you reach that arm down along your side. Lift and side bend. And 1, come all the way up to the other side, stretch one more time. And you switch. Left leg out wide, coming to your right hand. Side bend nice and long. Reach those fingertips away from your toes. And lift and windmill those arms up and over. Stretching that inner thigh. And switch. And again. Hand to the mat, reaching overhead. You're going to lift that leg, pulse it up a couple inches, lift from that outer glute. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest those toes. You're going to do rainbows with that top arm up and over, down by your side, and overhead side bend. And to that activation of that left oblique to lift you here, reaching that arm down by your side. Reach fingertips oppositionally away from those toes, find lots of length. Last 2 and 1. Coming to hands and knees here in your quadruped. We're going to do nice slow bird dog. So you're going to reach opposite limbs away, hold, and we're plugging belly in, reaching away from your center with your fingertips and toes. Find lots of length, that's the theme here. And lower hand and knee, and we switch. Reach, nice and long, and hold. Point those toes. Make sure your weight is centered through your hips, so there's lots of weight into that left hand on the floor. And lower. And switch. Taking this nice and slow. Hi. Thank you. Okay, thank you. And switch. And reach. And switch. See if you can get that leg and arm a little higher. Last one, we switch. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. You're gonna lower all the way down to your stomach, reaching arms overhead. And you're going to lift your chest, lift those arms, press them back along your side, and then bend in and dive forward for a breaststroke here. So we reach overhead, lift chest, lift arms back, bend in, and dive forward. Swoop them back, bend it in, and dive forward. So you can get that chest a little higher as you reach arms back along your sides. Lift and reach. One more. Nice work. Coming back up to swan. Lift that chest. Lift the chin. Coming back to your quadruped. You're going to reach left arm up to the sky. And coming down to thread it through and twist. And reach that hand up and switch. Twist open, coming down to that shoulder, reach it through, wring out that spine. Nice work. Coming around to your back. Feet into the mat. Arms down by your side. We're going to tuck that pelvis under, starting to roll up the spine, bone by bone, lifting up to your bridge. And then we're going to melt the spine down, vertebra by vertebra, starting with that sternum. Slowly melting the spine into the mat, finding lots of length in that low spine before it reaches the mat, untucking the pelvis last. Couple more of those. Tuck pelvis, start to roll up. And start to melt your spine back down. Trying to find length in between each bone. Lengthening, articulating through the spine. One more. Rolling up. And hold here at the top. Let's take your right leg long to hover over the mat. We lift and lower. Keep those toes pointed. Pressing strong through that left heel, lifting from the left glute. Keep your hips steady. Really reach that leg away. Open up the front of the hip. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Foot into the mat. Stay lifted. We're going to go right into the other side. Lift that straight leg and lower. Point the toes. Press strong into that right heel. Keep those hips nice and high. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rolling down the spine one more time. Lengthening out the legs long, reaching overhead. Initiating with your arms, we're going to roll up to a seated spine stretch. Reaching up and over, starting to roll up to sit. And reaching forward for your toes. We're going to do 2 more of those. Keep rounding the spine, tucking pelvis under. Heels into the mat. Rolling down slow and controlled, using your core. And reach overhead. Again, reaching up and over. Tucking chin, rolling up. And reach forward. Stretch it out. And again, round that spine, pull belly button back. Plug it in. And reach overhead. Last one. Lifting from your center, not your hip flexors. And stretch it out, reach for your toes. And hands behind you, fingertips pointed towards you, legs are long. You're going to lift up to this reverse plank, find lots of width through the front of your shoulders, and then sit back down. And we reach opposite hand to outer pinky toe, across the body, and switch and reach. And then hands back behind you, lift up to that reverse plank. Lift those hips. And sit. Arms wide, twist and reach. Twist and reach. Hands behind you. Lift. If this is too painful for you, you can just bend the legs, feet into the mat for that lift. And then stretch it forward, twist and reach. Now let's bring both feet into the mat. Hands or fingertips now are pointed outwards. You're going to lift those hips up and reach up and over with one arm, finding lots of length at a diagonal here. Stretching the side body. And then lower and switch. Stretch. and lower and stretch. Last one. Have a seat. Let's keep the right shin in front of you, left shin reaching back. Right hand into the mat for mermaid. Up and over. Reaching your sit bones for the mat. Reaching fingertips away from your hip. And lift up and over. And then hand back to the mat. Let's take your other hand behind your head, right under kind of the top of your neck. And you're going to twist and rotate that elbow towards your mat. And open back up. Staying here, a couple more. Rotate. And open. 2 more. Last one. And opposite side stretch. And then we'll switch. Left shin in front, right reaching back. Left hand to the mat, reaching up and over. Reach that right hip down towards your mat. And switch. Hand to the mat, other hand behind your head. Open up. And then around, forward and twist. Reach that elbow for your mat. And then draw that elbow back. Opening up the front of the chest. And rotate. One more. Nice job. Counter stretch up and over, other side. We are lengthened and strengthened and done. And Hunter can now eat his sandwich in peace.